Today we're going to be buying and ranking all of the police cars we have in GTA 5 Online so far from the Chop Shop DLC. Now keep in mind there is a few more of these that are going to be coming in the drip feed. And as soon as we get those, we will be ranking them and fully upgrading those things as well. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so if you come into your phone, go to Warstock Cash and Carry. This is where you're going to be able to purchase these. You can see part of the Chop Shop DLC. Now, as of right now, there's only these three, but like I said, there is more coming. Don't you worry about it. Now, to purchase these, if you can't purchase them, it'll tell you what you need to do. But essentially, I think for the Unmarked Cruiser, you've got to survive like a 3-star wanted level for 5 minutes. They're pretty easy. As some of the others, you got to do some of the Chop Shop missions. But we've probably all done those by now. So that's how you get them anyway. So the first one we're going to be buying and customizing here today is going to be the Unmarked Cruiser. Now, one of the things that a lot of people are talking about is how expensive these police vehicles are. And I am here to tell you, I agree 100%. So the Unmarked Cruiser, sometimes using a regular squad car isn't the best approach. Sometimes you're undercover. Sometimes you're so undercover that you're not actually a cop. Just a random guy cruising Vinewood Boulevard, caressing his nightstick. Welcome to Covert Ops. Please note, this vehicle can only be modified in properties you own. Let's do it. And for these, we'll put them in the Eclipse Boulevard garage. We should have room on that second floor. If you know, you know. All right, here she is, ladies and gentlemen. The Vapid Unmarked Cruiser. So we're going to fully upgrade this thing and see what we can do with it. So here she is before, and here she is after, ladies and gentlemen. So originally, I was going to go with like a taxi look and make it yellow and take off the big bumper and the lights on it. And then have it just like really undercover, looking like a taxi. But then I looked at it in black and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to go for the FBI look instead. And it looks cool. It looks absolutely awesome. I'm happy with it. So undercover, well, it's not really undercover. It's more of our just FBI police car. But as you can see here, you can take off the push bar and the lights. And then without them, if this was yellow, it would look like a taxi. But this FBI look just, I like it. It doesn't look like you can change the license plates on it, though, which is kind of annoying. I'm not sure why you can't change the license plates on these. Anyway, the only thing left to do is take this thing for a spin. So let's go. All right, here she is, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new FBI undercover vehicle. First of all, let's... Oh, these weird... This thing is sick. First of all, let's do a sound test. Nothing too crazy. Do a light test. All right, I like it. This thing's sick. I like it. I like it, man. So we did lower this thing. I mean, does it need it? No. Oh, God. Did we ruin it already? Sure bloody did. But look at it. Listen, I think doing it in yellow may have made more sense. Just sneaking around, pretending you're a taxi. Take off the push bar on the front. Just make it yellow. That's maybe what I'll end up doing in the future. But making this just look like a stealthy little FBI vehicle. If you're into role-playing and stuff like that, this is the vehicle for you. I would definitely say. I mean, it does say police cruiser on the back. So, I mean, if you're in a taxi, it's going to be pretty obvious. But I like it. I mean, I think a lot of these vehicles, what I'll say, is they're good for things like role-playing, right? If you're into, like, role-play and you want to do some role-playing... having vehicles like this definitely help. I think for the day-to-day person, though, I think it's just a waste of money. These things are very expensive. So if you're just a player that just wants to play this game, have some fun, make some money, definitely do not buy these things because they are a complete and utter waste of money, these police vehicles. I'll tell you that much for free. But like I say, if you're into role-playing, definitely pick them up. All right, guys, so next up we have the Staniele Cruiser? Staniele Cruiser. I don't know. Anyway, want to pretend you didn't fail the LSPD psych exam? Then the Vapid Staniele Cruiser is the pipe dream for you. It's stuffed full of authentic police regalia, from the ass prints over the sides of the seats to the pastry glaze down the dash. As of now, you are the first line of defense. Please note, once again, this vehicle can only be modified in properties that you own. Let's do it. We're going to be sending this to the exact same place. which is our Eclipse Boulevard garage. All right, next up, we have the Cruiser. Let's see what this thing's going to look like, shall we? So here she is before, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the first thing you may notice is the green. Now, keep in mind, I was thinking about going black and white, just the typical, like, panda police car. And it does look good, but this thing, I mean, we have GTA 6 coming out soon, baby. Vice City, that is right. The original Vice City cars, just like the ones I believe in Miami, are white and green. So that's what we've gone for right here. But to show you what it looks like actually in black. Also, I may be biased because I love blue at the moment, but I mean, Vice City, all the sun, sea, and sand. I think if I was the mayor of Vice City, I would have blue like this. I think it would be perfect. But anywho, this is what the black like panda would have looked like. And it does look good, but we're sticking with the Vice City green. We have basically changed everything. The lights on it, as you can see, the bumper in the front, or the roll bar, or what's it called? The push bar. That's been changed. We got lights on it. I'm curious to see if these lights are even going to work. The same with the search lights on the side next to the wing mirrors. I wonder if those are going to work. We have upgraded ones on the roof. We have a lot of aerials and signal jammers and stuff, which doesn't work. But it has a lot of equipment on it. I wonder if we can take this for a spin, head on over to Armani and see if we can put Armani tech on it. Let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we're going to need a sound test for this thing. So let's listen. All right, nothing too spectacular. Now I feel like we need to do a light test. So let's see if all these lights work. Okay, they do work. So let's turn off the sirens. Pull to the side here. So if you look, when I put the lights on, the ones on the front on the push bar work, and the ones that are the search lights. So all of them do work. So that's kind of cool. It'll be interesting to see what this looks like at the nighttime. But this is it with all of them on. All right, it looks kind of sick. It looks kind of sick. The new and improved ones up on the light bar there. It looks much better than any of the lights. These are definitely better than the stock ones that are in the game. That is for sure. Ah, it almost got me. And the green works. This like forest green definitely works with the new wheels. All right, let's take this thing into Armani and see if she can do anything with it. All right, here we are at my agency. I don't think it's gonna work, but we're gonna see. Oh, some beauties over there, man. That grotty. All right, so this thing is fully upgraded. I'll have the price at the end of the video. But no Armani tech here, unfortunately. All right, here they are. So here's mine. The new ones look cooler. They're definitely more beefy. But look at the lights on the old one compared to the new one. There's definitely a big difference on it. I mean, we're getting chased by cops inside of Dodge Chargers there. I'm not sure why. But yeah, it definitely looks much better anyway. Why is that cop in a Dodge Charger? I have not a clue. All right, anyway, let's get this back and let's move on to our Riot van. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the police Riot van. You know, the only thing more effective than non-violent protest, extremely violent protest. Until now, the only thing standing in the way of systemic change was the line of heavily armored Riot vans at the other end of the street. But the state shouldn't have a monopoly on really cool stuff. Time to allow the glories of the free market to level the playing field. Please note, once again, this vehicle can only be modified in properties you own. Let's do it. And okay, for this one, you do have to call Pegasus. But it's a waste of money, this thing, realistically. I wish you could keep it in a garage. But it does say on the description, you can customize it only in your own garage. So it does say it is customizable according to the description. It does look kind of sick already, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know when you would ever need this thing. I don't know why on earth I purchased it. But let's take it to our auto shop anyway and see what we can do with this bloody thing, shall we? You can't enter the auto shop with this vehicle. Now, I figured this was gonna happen. Let's test it out at our agency. All right, so this is the last chance. Nope, can't enter the agency with this vehicle. So the only thing, I mean, this is by far the biggest waste of money I've ever had. I'll be honest with you. It drives like an absolute brick, as you can imagine. But let's just verify here. If we go onto our phone, go to Warstock, go to the police riot van. This vehicle can only be modified in the properties you own. We did a survey and we found out that was a lie. Biggest load of waffle I've ever seen. Listen, this DLC, man, I actually enjoy the chop shop. I'm going to be honest with you. I enjoy the chop shop robberies. I enjoy doing the chop shop just towing the tow truck. But they did say that you have a choice. Yusuf said, listen, you can either sell me the nice vehicles, or you can salvage the nice vehicles, or you can choose to keep the nice vehicles yourself. I do think it was an option. I do think it was supposed to be in the game. But as we all know, we cannot actually keep the vehicles that we steal. So I don't know if there's a missing mechanic that they forgot to put in there. But there seems to be a lot of things in this DLC that it says you can do that you can't bloody do. So that is quite frustrating. This big behemoth of a van being one of them. Cannot customize it. So if you want to save your money and not get something that's absolutely stupid, do not purchase this Riot van. I wish I could store it in here too, and I can't. Like, what else am I going to do with this thing except for looking at it in my garage? I'm never going to use the bloody thing. All right, you know what? Bugger off. All right, so here we are on level 2. We haven't talked about this level of my garage in a long time. This is the level that remains unknown, that if you're in the know, you know what this garage is all about, but we don't talk about it because it's quite a disaster. But this is where we're going to be keeping our police vehicles. So first and foremost, let's go over our unmarked police vehicle. So this cost us 2.9 million, almost 3 million to purchase. And then to fully upgrade this, it cost 168,000, bringing the total cost of this thing to 3,130,000. Now, do I think that this is worth 3,130,000? No, I do not. But I definitely regret this video here today. And then next up, we have our Vice City, our green spec'd police cruiser. This one cost us 3.5 million to purchase stock, and then it cost another 192,000 to fully upgrade this thing, bringing the total cost of this to 3.7 million. Again, is this thing worth it? No. If you're into role-playing and stuff like that, then sure, take this thing for a spin. But as of right now, I do not see the point in these police vehicles. Now, we know this DLC, they're in love with the police. I'm not sure quite why. This update should have been called, instead of the chop shop, it should have been called Cops and Robbers. Because you literally, this update is literally that. You have the robberies that we're doing, and then so much more police than we've ever had before. Every single mission we do in this chop shop update gives you like a 2-star wanted level or a 3-star wanted level. We are getting cops after us more than we ever have before. So it makes sense that they're giving us police cars. I'm not sure why we're getting so much police presence in this DLC. Actually, you know what? I do know why. Now that I'm saying this out loud, the new Clucking Bell heist / raid that we have coming up that I talked about earlier in the video before this one, we have a heist coming up where we're going to be working with the police, or more importantly, Vincent. That is right, Vincent is coming back. He was part of like the Diamond Casino heist and stuff like that. Or he's going to be coming back. We're going to be working with him, and that's where it makes sense that we have such a police presence in this DLC, because Vincent is going to be a police officer, and we're going to have a raid / heist on the Clucking Bell factory working with the police. So it makes sense that we have so many police cars in this update so far, but it's kind of going to be like the last dose and first dose. We're basically waiting for the second part of all these missions to come in of this DLC, and that is going to be the raid with the police on the Clucking Bell factory, which is going to make more sense as to why we have so many police cars. If you want me to do a full video on that, let me know in the comment section down below. There is actually a lot of information, including the cutscenes for that mission, that DLC part, the heist, the raid, whatever you want to call it. If you want me to do an in-depth video on it, let me know and I will. But other than that, that has been this video, ladies and gentlemen. I think we spent in total, including this big waste of money right here, 10 bloody million. 10.4, almost $10.5 million. One like equals one prayer for my wallet after this absolute biggest waste of money I've ever done. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider hitting the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know if you want me to do the Vincent storyline with the police raid and everything on the Cluckenbell factory. Let me know in the comment section down below. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you later or tomorrow with a brand new video. Goodbye.